Hello dear students and welcome to EduTap. Guys, this is the first session for IB ACIO for the year 2021 and we'll be taking up the English portion today. Guys, thank you for bearing with me. I think there was some technical error. So we started a bit late. But guys, am I audible to everyone? Am I visible to everyone? Guys, if I'm visible and if I'm audible, please type yes in the chat box. Okay, Chaya, hello Swapnil. Okay. Guys, it's going to be a very important session. So please take out your notebooks and your pens because we'll not just be discussing anything randomly. We'll be taking a very logistic and critical approach to prepare for phase two. Guys, this is the first session for phase two, and we'll also be taking phase one from Monday onwards. So there'll be 2 sessions per week for both the phases, for phase one and for phase two. So guys, let's begin the session for today. The preparation strategy for English, that's what we are going to discuss in the first part of the session. And then second, we'll be taking up essay writing. So how to draft an essay and how to prepare a logical and an essay which fetches you huge marks. I mean, the maximum marks possible in this exam. So let's begin with the session, guys. First of all, in this session, we are going to provide you tentative essay topics for your exam. Although there are many, but I have I have collected some selected ones which are really important, which you should look into. And beyond that, in this course, we have provided you more than 60 essays, not just topics, complete sample essays for different topics of different different spheres, different aspects. So there are more than 60 topics in this fodder material that we have provided you, and we are also going to provide you more than 100 tentative essay topics. Now after that, we are we are going to discuss some important quotations, your quotes that you may provide in your essay, then important facts, government schemes, and then we will come to the part where I will teach you how to draft your essay. Essay writing will take up probably in the next session, but today we are going to take a very logical approach towards it. So guys, first of all, let me share with you some very important essay topics. Please jot them down, or we'll also provide you a PDF for the same. But it's better that you mark them down in your own words, so that you can understand that okay, these are the important or critical topics that we must prepare before we enter into the exam. The first of all is, guys, Article 370, which had been in news. I mean, it was burning fire, last year. So Article 370 was very important. So they may ask you to write on that. Then technology and its perils. Obviously, the technological advancement we have seen in the recent decades or recent years, and its perils. What are the cons? Not pros. Pros we do have to tell, but we have to specifically focus on the cons of technology. Then some important schemes that have been launched by the government in the last 5 years. Ayushman Bharat Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, National Health Protection Scheme. That's Ayushman scheme basically. So you should look into that because due to COVID-19, this may be given to you as an exam topic. Then Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is another very important scheme. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Abhiyan. Startup India or Stand Up India for students, specifically how it may benefit all of you. Then next is your cashless economy that we are moving towards. We are, after GST and the impetus the government has provided to becoming a cashless economy, that has been huge. So that is also very important. Union Indian budget, the recent budget which was announced after COVID-19, and how it impacted and how it was implemented by the government. Then women empowerment has always been a very important topic. Next is guys Digital India. Now, obviously, in the recent times, Digital India is quite important a topic. Reason being because we've all been learning from our homes. We are learning on digital platform right now, but this was not the case if you look back a couple of years. So, Digital India is one important aspect. Corruption always an issue. Demonetization, which is a very debatable topic, and you can, you may write n number of opinions in this topic. Unified UPI, unified payment interface, is it good, bad, beneficial or not? Digital payments, e-wallets, same. Sexual harassment is another topic that may be given you out of the blue. RTI, right to information, right to equality, globalization, terrorism, the seventh pay commission, which may be thrown at you. Then moving ahead, guys, role of women in India and in life. They may give you a very general, or they may ask you to write very specifically. Role of women in entrepreneurship, a role of women in modern India, something like that. Impact of modern technology on farming, modernization, or we call that mechanization of farming. Has it been impactful in India? Has it been pushed into the roots of the country or not? And if not, then why not? And what else could be done for it? So, impact of modern technology on farming, globalization versus nationalism, that has been in news recently. That's what we have been reading all about in the last couple of years. Overpopulation is the biggest problem of India. Adverse effects of internet, that may be asked to you. COVID-19, a roadmap to recovery, that's very important. Now, pollution, which may include air, water, plastic, etc. Water scarcity, that problem has been looming over the world as well as over India for a very long time. Women empowerment, I think we have discussed it. Demonetization, we have discussed it. So guys, I can put that these are 30 very important topics that you should at least start preparing with. So if you collect data and statistics and facts for these topics, I think you'll have a good start. Okay? Now guys, after important essay topics, we are going to understand that what else is required in an essay. So guys, so Chaya, Swapnil, and who else is watching, whosoever watches this video, please do understand the difference between the essays that we used to write when we were kids and the difference that we have to provide now. So guys, when we were kids, we used to write very opinion based. जब हम स्कूल में होते थे गाइस, तो हम बहुत ही ओपिनियन बेस्ड या नोशन बेस्ड एसेज लिखते थे हम, इफ यू रिमेंबर. अगर हमें कोई भी टॉपिक आ जाता था, तो बेसिकली अगर मान लो हमें पॉपुलेशन के ऊपर, मान लो पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ के ऊपर ऐसे आ गया, तो हम कोई फैक्ट नहीं यूज करते थे, हम अपने ओपिनियन या अपने नोशंस वहां पे डालते थे कि population is the biggest problem, it causes unemployment, it causes poverty, per capita income is reduced, and the development is is lagged behind and all that. तो जब हम बचपन में essays लिखते थे, they used to be very opinion or notion based essays, right? But not the difference. Uh, Now this is, I'll put it down into old. Now what, these type of essays are not required in these exams. So guys, one thing that you need to really focus into or focus upon is the requirement of the question. Now guys, the essays you are going to write in these exams, they are not going to be opinion or notion based. They are going to be they're going to be very informative. Number one. Now, what I mean by informative is you have to provide a lot of data or statistics to support your theory. So guys, please note down the 5 points that I'm going to write down on your screen. Number one, you have to provide data or statistics in your essay to support your ideas. Second, any factual information, that means facts or relevant examples. So that is also very important that you must provide in your essay. So one is data or statistics, second is facts, third is relevant examples, valid and relevant examples which relate to the topic. Good morning, Prasanna. Welcome to the session. Fourth point is any schemes launched by the government. That's what we were discussing right now. Beti Badao, Beti Bachao Abhiyan, Saksharta Mission, Jan Dhan Yojana, Manrega scheme. So any scheme which relates to that particular topic that has to be mentioned in these essays. So data, statistics, facts, relevant examples, schemes, and then any particular steps or measures taken by the government. Steps or measures taken by the government or not taken by the government for that particular issue. Guys, if you are writing a 300-word essay, they'll probably ask you to write a 250-word or 300-word essay in the exam. So make it a point that you start every paragraph with either of, with any of these 5 logical representations that I've just told you. You should start your first paragraph with the data or statistics. I'll give you a simple example, guys. Okay, guys, please bear with me. I'm going to tell you 2 sentences. Please tell me which sounds better to you. सुनने में कौन सा सेंटेंस आपको अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे वो बताना, गाइस, ठीक है? That will prove to you मैं ये सब जो बता रहा हूँ आपको ये क्यों बता रहा हूँ. 2 sentences हैं. The first sentence is many children died due to malnutrition in India during the last decade. And second sentence is 1.4 lakh children died due to malnutrition in India during the last decade. So guys, which sentence sounds better to you? Sentence number 1 or sentence number 2? Quickly, tell me in the chat box that which sentence sounded better to you. Many children died due to malnutrition in India in the last decade. Or second sentence, 1.4 lakh children died due to malnutrition in India during the last decade. Yes guys, quickly, you have to participate so that I understand that you are actually watching the video. You're not just, going through it. So guys, I've just told you 2 sentences. Please tell me which sentence sounds better to you. Sentence number 1 or sentence number 2? Sentence number 1 is many children died due to malnutrition in India during the last decade. And second sentence is 1.4 lakh children died due to malnutrition in India during the last decade. Chaya says second. Very good, Chaya. What about others? Swapnil, Prasanna, what do you think? Which sounds better to you? And the next question is, Chaya, why did you choose second sentence as better? Now, please do share that with me as well, please, if you can. दोनों सेंटेंस ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर थे. पहला सेंटेंस भी यही था, मेनी चिल्ड्रन डाइड ड्यू टू मालन्यूट्रिशन इन इंडिया इन द लास्ट डेकेड. एंड सेकंड सेंटेंस में बस मैंने क्या डिफरेंस किया, मेनी चिल्ड्रन की जगह मैंने क्या लिख दिया, 1.4 लाख चिल्ड्रन डाइड ड्यू टू मालन्यूट्रिशन इन इंडिया इन द लास्ट डेकेड. Very good, Anurag. Because of the fact provided in the second sentence. That fact makes it a valid sentence. It makes it a relevant and believable fact. But if I had written many children died due to malnutrition in India, that would be my notion. Now, many could be 100, many could be 1,000, many could be lakh, many could be millions. But 1.4 lakh makes it believable, verifiable. So that is the difference that I'm stressing upon right now. We used to write earlier when we were kids, we used to write like this, many children die due to malnutrition in India every year. But now we cannot leave our options or opinions like that, opinions or notions like that many children died. Now we have to provide a factual information in our essay, and that is going to help you in 3 ways. Number 1, it is going to fetch you more marks than without any fact. So obviously you understood that the second sentence was better because it had fact in it. So it will fetch you more marks because that will prove to the reader that you are knowledgeable, you are well read, and you have actually prepared for this exam, and you have knowledge about your surroundings. Whatever is going on around you, you are well read and you are well informed about your surroundings. So guys, this is one very important key information that you need to understand, that your essay needs to be full of data, statistics, facts, examples, relevant examples, schemes, or steps, measures taken by the government. Now, if you do that, I can guarantee you'll score the highest marks in essay writing at least. And second benefit is you will save a lot of time, because if you have already prepared your facts before you enter the exam, you won't need to think about any sentences, or you won't need to draft any fancy sentences in English. You'll just need to put down your fact at the beginning of every paragraph and then connect it with your essay. For example, I'll just give an example, guys. And if you understand this, please do share it with me. Do please talk to me about it. दो ही बच्चों ने जवाब दिया, बाकी सब कोई जवाब नहीं दे रहा है. तो आई नो हम थोड़ा सा लेट हो गए हैं सेशंस में, बट इट्स नेवर टू लेट. ठीक है, जो लेके आए ना गजब की चीज लेके आएंगे आपके लिए. विदाउट प्रिपरेशन नहीं लेके आएंगे. आई वाज बिजी विद समथिंग एल्स, दैट्स द रीजन I couldn't come up till now, but now we are going to regularly practice phase 1 and phase 2, both the phases of these exams. So एक सिंपल सा फैक्ट देता हूँ मैं आपको, बताना गाइज. देखो, अगर मान लो आपको एग्रीकल्चरल इकोनॉमी पे कोई ऐसे आ जाता है, तो one option is I start my essay something like this. India has been an agrarian economy since ages. Most as Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru always believed that farmers are the backbone of the country, and without farmers, a country will never progress. One beginning is this, and I'll share you the next beginning, the second beginning. Now you have to tell me which sounded better to you. A second beginning is something like this. India has been an agrarian economy since ages, and more than 58% of the population of India is directly or indirectly dependent on agriculture. But the contribution to the GDP of India is only 16%. Now, this proves to be a dire situation for the country, considering more than two-thirds of the population, or around two-thirds of the population, is dependent on agriculture, but the output to the GDP is only 16%, which used to be 59% in the year 1950 and 51. So guys, please do tell me which opening sounded better to you, first one or second one. The first introduction that I told you, that is what we used to do when we were in school or when we were in colleges. But the second beginning I just told you, that is something that we need to do now. This is what we have to provide in the exam. We have to show off the information that we have collected over time, and the information, now students do ask, where do we find this information? We are going to provide you these facts, these information in our fodder material. So guys, yes, please, second, because it involves statistics. Exactly, Anurag. Chaya, Prasanna, Swapnil, what do you think? Which opening sounded better to you? So guys, please understand that essay writing is not just writing a story, or writing your opinions about a topic. Essay writing is flow of ideas supported with relevant examples, data and statistics to prove validity of your opinions. Now, have you got the proper definition of the new essay that we are going to write here? Got it, guys? So please note down these 5 important points. If you are making 5 paragraphs, so make sure that you begin every paragraph with any of these. Start first paragraph with an important data or statistics, as we did right now. 58% of the population is dependent on agriculture, but the contribution to the GDP is 16%. Second paragraph, start with the fact that this many farmers commit suicide every year, as per the report by Niti Aayog. That would be second paragraph. Third paragraph, relevant example, any particular example that you can come across or you can think of about agricultural economy of the country or agriculture sector. Then schemes launched by the government, Kisan Vikas Yojana, Kisan Credit Card, FPOs, right? These are very important factors to be mentioned in your essay. And then you have to finish off your essay in the 5th paragraph by concluding the topic. Now, this will help you in 3 ways. 1, it will reduce your mistakes because you won't have to make any fancy sentences. 2, it will save your time because you're just putting the facts there, and you already remember the facts because you've already prepared for the facts before you enter the exam. And third, it will fetch you more marks. Absolutely, it is very, very important. It's not necessary. Achaya, okay, I can tell you that there is no such thing as right essay or wrong essay. You cannot say if somebody has written something, obviously it means something. But I can only tell you the difference between a good essay and a bad essay. Getting my point? So there is no such thing as wrong essay or right essay. But if you ask me, if you are asking, sir, how do we score good marks in an essay? How do we prepare for it? Do we remember all the essays? No. Rather than remembering the essays, you should remember the factual information that is given to you in the fodder material that we are going to provide you in the course. So just collect the information, make your notes, and then use it in your essays. I'll prove it to you. Abhi, in the further part of the session, we are going to discuss a lot of quotes that I've marked here, important quotes, important facts, important data and statistics, important schemes, and valid and relevant examples. We are going to discuss all that in this session. It is absolutely important if you really wish to score well, if you really wish to score good marks in this exam. Exactly. Got my point, Chaya. So Anurag, very well done. So do understand, guys, what is the requirement. If you understand the requirement of the question, you will be able to provide the right pedigree to the reader. If you impress the reader because he's looking for that information, you will score good marks. And we can tell you by this because we've been doing this for a very long time. We've been teaching our students to do this and they've been scoring very well over the years. So if you ask me, is it important? Is it necessary? My answer would be yes. Okay, not maybe, it would be absolutely yes. It's quite necessary. Okay. Now guys, moving ahead, now I'm going to give you some very important quotations. Now guys, if you forget anything that you can think of, then you can at least write these quotations in your paper. For example, if there is a topic about gender equality, so you can quote Kofi Annan saying gender equality is more than a goal in itself. It is a precondition for meeting the challenge of reducing poverty, promoting sustainable development, and building good governance. Now this would give you a very good opening. Now you can mention this in the last paragraph or in the first paragraph, but I would prefer it to put quotations in the last paragraph, because we have understood that we have to start with a good quotation, a good fact or a relevant fact. Now, second, if you are given a topic about women, there is no chance of the welfare of the world unless the condition of women is improved. It is not possible for a bird to fly on one wing, said by Swami Vivekanand. Now, we may have different religions, different languages, different colored skin, but we all belong to one human race, said by again Kofi Annan. So if there is a if there is a topic about equality or racial discrimination, we can put that. Okay. Next, guys, important quotations. Now, for example, if you are given a topic about health, now you can quote Mahatma Gandhi. It is the health that is the real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. Right. Next, environment and climate change. Again by Mahatma Gandhi. What we are doing to the forest of the world is but a mirror reflection of what we are doing to ourselves and to one another. Or if we are thrown a topic about sustainable development. Now, Ban Ki-moon has quoted the sustainable development is the pathway to the future we want for all. It offers a framework to generate economic growth, achieve social justice, exercise environmental stewardship, and strengthen governance. Now, again, if there's a topic about youth of the country, any society that does not succeed in tapping into the energy and creativity of its youth will be left behind. So if you're given a topic about, youth empowerment or, the youth or the human capital of the country, you can start with that, or you can quote that in the last paragraph. Another by Kofi Annan for inclusive development. You cannot have peace without security, and you cannot have security without inclusive development. Now, second is corruption. Now, nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. That's said by Abraham Lincoln. And if there's a topic about education, you can quote, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world, told by Nelson Mandela. Now, Anurag, this is not confirmed as of now if it is going to be online or offline. As soon as the dates will be announced by the department, then they will confirm it that the exam, the tier 2 is going to be offline or online. Okay, Anurag? So it's not confirmed as of now because this IB exam is taking place after quite a long time. So previously it used to be written, but now we are still thinking if it is going to be written or online exam. So it will be confirmed when the dates are specifically announced for the exam. Okay, Anurag? So you'll get to know about it. So these were some very important quotations that you could have mentioned in the exam. But now look at the difference if you start your essay with the factual information. Now guys, we will provide you a PDF of this in the Telegram channel as well. So you need not write these facts, but just look through the facts. Now, all these facts have been taken off from Wikipedia. Now, first, India is the second most populated country in the world with nearly a fifth of the world's population. Now, according to the 2019 revision of the World Population Prospects, the population stood at 1,035 crores 264 something or around 135 crores in 2019. So guys, if there is a topic about any about population growth, about economic growth, about development, you can mention this fact anywhere. So this is a very simple fact which can be used to connect. if you've mentioned this fact and then you connected with your topic that due to being this populated, there is unemployment or underemployment, which is the root cause of corruption in the country as well. So I can connect this fact with any topic that is thrown at you, right? Second example, second fact, India has more than 50% of its population below the age of 25 and more than 65% below the age of 35. So basically, India is a country which has a lot of youth in it. Do you know that India is the, if we call it in other words, India is the youngest country of the planet because the most youth are right now in India. So we have a very good opportunity to grow. So you can quote this fact in any of the development topic that is thrown at you. Question number 3, guys. The sex ratio was 940 for females for 1000 in 2016, 940 per 1000 in 2011. This ratio has been showing an upward trend for the last 2 decades after a continuous decline in the last century. So if you are mentioning about male-female ratio, gender equality, you can mention this fact. And if you put facts in your essay, it is going to look very, very beautiful. It is going to look very informative, well drafted, well sought, and well prepared as well. Another fact, India occupies 2.41% of the world's land area, but supports over 18% of the world's population. At the 2001 census, 72.2% of the population lived in about 638,000 villages, and the remaining 27% lived in more than 5,100 towns and over 380 urban agglomerations. So basically, if I mention just this, that around 75% of the around uh, 3/4 of the population still lives in villages, and only 1/4 of the population is resident or reside in urban or rural urban areas of the country. That shows that India is still a rural country. So we can use that fact in any of the any logical topic that is thrown at us in the exam. So these factual information, these facts are very important to begin with. Got it? Okay, Anurag, I'll look into it. If you're not able to join the Telegram, we'll look into that. And yes, we'll try to add you. Praful, happy Makar Sankranti to everyone. Thank you, Praful. Same to you. So guys, happy Makar Sankranti to everyone. I hope you have a brilliant year ahead and may this year prove successful and fruitful for you and all your near and dear ones. Stay happy and stay safe. So guys, another very important fact that I collected was as per NSO, India's average literacy rate is 77.7%, while Andhra Pradesh's literacy rate of 66.4 is the worst among all states in India and significantly lower than Bihar, that is 70.9. Kerala ranked highest in the list with 96.2%. So if there is a talk about education, literacy, illiteracy, you can mention this fact. The person who is going to evaluate your paper, he would understand that the person is well read, he is knowledgeable, and he will be forced to give you good marks. So understand this, guys. Okay. India has improved its ranking on a global healthcare access and quality HAQ index from 153 in 1990 to 145 in 2016, yet ranks lower than neighboring Bangladesh and even sub-Saharan Sudan and Equatorial Guinea. So basically, this shows that it's a dire situation for the country to improve the healthcare access and healthcare facilities for the country. We are still very, very far behind if we talk about the healthcare facilities to the people of the country. So if there is a topic about about healthcare or related to any health access or importance of healthcare in the country, you can mention this fact. Another fact, as per 2018, agriculture employed more than 50% of Indian workforce and contributed, exactly, that's what I was telling you before we started, right? So look at this. As per 2018, agriculture employed more than 50% of Indian workforce and contributed 17 to 18% to country's GDP. According to latest report, agriculture is primary source of livelihood for 58% population in India. See, if you mention this fact, who will deduct your marks? Who can deduct your marks? This is such an interesting fact that the person will be mesmerized by the information that you provide. And that's what you actually have to do. You have to surprise him. You have to intrigue him. And you have to actually appease him by providing information. You have to win his heart. That, okay, I am knowledgeable. I am ready for this post. I'm ready for this exam. And I am there. So basically these factual information are going to be very, very beneficial for the preparation of your exam, guys. Another important fact, I have collected many for you and we will provide you a PDF for the same. Don't worry, and we will add all of you. There'll be a Telegram description in the description of the video. There'll be a link to join the Telegram. Please try again, Anurag. If you are not able to do it, I'll try to do it. Okay. Let's see the next fact. Since the start of the 21st century, annual average GDP growth has been 6% to 7% from 2014 to 18, India was the world's fastest growing major economy, surpassing China. If there is a topic about economic development or economic growth or growth of GDP or inclusive growth, you can mention this fact, and who can deduct your marks? Who will not be able to force to give you marks? See, next, India was the fifth most polluted country in 2019, with Ghaziabad in the National Capital Region ranked as most polluted city in the world, according to a global compilation of PM particulate matter 2.5 particulate pollution data by IQ Air, a company that primarily works on air filtration. See, this fact would be valid for any topic related to climate change or climate, air quality index or any such topic. Next fact, guys, there was 687.6 million internet users in India in January 2020. The number of internet users in India increased by 128 million plus 23% between 2019 and 20. That means there is a lot of big data and internet users in India. So if you have a topic about technological advancement, growth, dependence on internet, you can use this fact. See, these factual informations are very, very important for your exams, guys. Okay, I think we've done that. Now, some important schemes that you need to remember before you walk into the exam, guys. So I've mentioned the schemes that have been launched by the government in the last 5 years or so, and you must read about these schemes because they'll be very helpful for your exam. So first is Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana (PMGKY), Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana, Jan Dhan Yojana, Skill India Mission, Make in India Mission, Swachh Bharat Mission, उजाला योजना, अटल पेंशन योजना, प्राइम मिनिस्टर जीवन ज्योति बीमा योजना, प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षा बीमा योजना, अमृत प्लान, डिजिटल इंडिया मिशन, उदय, startup India. So these are some very important schemes launched by the government in the last 5 years, and you must remember them. And if you wish to fetch good marks and the best marks possible, you must mention these facts in your these facts and these schemes in your essays. For example, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. So under this scheme, the government is touted to be worth the stimulus relief package announced by the government is touted to be worth 20 lakh crores. This includes already announced 1.7 lakh crore relief package as the PMJKY for the poor to overcome difficulty caused by the coronavirus pandemic and the lockdown imposed to check its spread. See, this is a very recent scheme which had been launched. If you know the details of the scheme, that is going to be very, very beneficial for you in the exam. Second, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, an insurance cover of rupees 50 lakh. Free pulses for the next 3 months under Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana. The government to front load rupees 2,000 paid to farmers in the first week of April under the existing Pradhan Mantri Kisan Yojana, which will benefit 8.7 crore farmers, and free LPG cylinders to BPL families, below poverty line families. So this was also announced during coronavirus. So both these schemes are very recent and they are very relevant for your exams. Got it, guys? Next, Jal Shakti Ministry. The Jal Shakti Ministry focuses on issues such as international and interstate water disputes, cleaning of Ganga, Satluj, SYL, Satyuj Yamuna link, its tributaries and sub-tributaries, and also aims to provide clean drinking water to the population of the country. That is Jal Shakti Ministry. Should know about these things. These are interesting to know, and because they are schemes which affect you, which affect us as Indians in our day-to-day life. So we must know about these, and for these essays, they are very, very important. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Now, the important salient features of this scheme: improve the growth percentage of toilets from 3% to 10% by 2019, increase in the construction of toilets from 14,000 to 48,000 daily, launch of national level, state level media campaign through audio, visual, mobile telephony and local programs to communicate the message of awareness, and involvement of school children in the activities of spreading awareness on water, sanitization and hygiene. That was under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan mission. So guys, in this session, we basically looked at the requirement of the essay. that we need to look upon while we are preparing. In the next session, I'm going to teach you how to draft an essay in the actual exam. When you're sitting in the exam, how to go about it. What are the factors that pertain to essay drafting? You know, सबने सुना होगा, we always prepare or draft our essays in one format. Introduction, body and conclusion. ये सबने सुना होगा, IBC format बोलते हैं, introduction, body, conclusion. But in next session, I'm going to, in detail, I'm going to discuss with you how we have to basically on the spur of the moment, how do we draft ideas, how do we generate ideas, how do we sort, how do we seek ideas, how do we prepare our the flow of the essay, how do we mention facts in the essay, and how to draft a perfect essay for the reader to you know, to give you the perfect marks available or the maximum marks possible in the exam. So we'll take it with example, how to introduce, how to start the introduction of an essay. Then we will take up how to write the body of the essay, different paragraphs, different things, different schemes, different facts, how to mention, where to mention them, and how to connect it with the essay, and then how to conclude the essay. We'll take that up in the next session. Guys, I hope the first session was useful for you. I hope you understood the difference between the essay that you were thinking to write or the dilemma that you were in, that what do we need to provide in an essay, and the clarity that you've got now. So guys, please, if you've understood, do let me know. Yes, tier 1 preparations will also go, are also there, Chaya. Actually, there was a session which was scheduled on Monday, but for some reason, I don't know, for some technical difficulties, we were not able to air it for you. So guys, on Monday, we will take another session for phase 1 as well. So there'll be 2 sessions, one on Monday and one on Thursday at 10 a.m. in the morning. So you can note down the time, guys. And yes, we will be preparing for phase 1 as well. In phase 1, we'll be taking up all the topics of grammar and vocabulary, right? That is phase 1, you know, one-liner questions. And phase 2 is basically a descriptive English, which includes essay writing, precede making, and reading comprehension. So we'll cover all that in these sessions. So guys, Anirudh, if you are facing the problem, if you're not able to join this Telegram channel, just give us a call on this number 8146207241, or you can also drop an email at hello@edutap.co.in. So guys, how was the session? Please do let me know. If you found it useful, please do inform me, and if you wish to include anything else, please do inform me that as well. So I'll be able to, you know, inculcate or exclude or include whatever you wish. Guys, did you find it useful or not? Please do let me know. Don't just run off from the session. And if you have any feedback to please share with us, please do that as well. I'm waiting for your replies. अगर अच्छा लगा सेशन तो प्लीज लाइक कर दीजिए यार, और अगर अच्छा नहीं लगा तो डिसलाइक भी कर दो, कोई इश्यू नहीं है, बट मत करना है, कोई बात नहीं, बट अच्छा लगा तो लाइक कर दो, शेयर कर दो अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, बिकॉज ये जो पीडीएफ है फैक्ट्स के साथ और जो फॉर्डर मटेरियल है दैट वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड यू, इट्स गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी यूजफुल फॉर योर एग्जाम. सो प्लीज start preparing for phase 2, because phase 2 is actually very very important. You can crack this paper based on only phase 2. I mean, if you crack your phase 1 and phase 2, if you score good marks, you'll always be on the top. So phase 3, that means interview part, that would be very very easy for you to crack. Yes guys, how was it? Was it useful for you? Was it beneficial? Thank you Chaya, thank you for the kind words. Yes guys, anyone else willing to share his or her feedback? Whosoever is watching the session, guys. चलो कोई बात नहीं यार. Let's call it a day then. I wish all of you a very happy Makar Sankranti, and जो भी ये session देखे, तो please make use of the facts and the quotations that we shared with you. Please do read up all the schemes that we provided you and the information that we have given to you, because it is going to be crucial for your essay. All right. So that's it for this session, guys. Thank you so much for joining with us, and to please bear with us for all this long. Now we'll be regular with our sessions: Monday, phase 1, Thursday, phase 2. And next session we'll be discussing how to actually, in reality, draft your essay in the exam. So we'll discuss with a lot of facts and with a lot of sample essays and examples in the next session, guys. So do not forget to subscribe the channel. Do not forget to like the video and share it with your friends if you are actually preparing for this exam. So guys, thank you so much. And I wish you all the very best for your endeavors, and happy learning to all of you guys.